Donald Trump's mental and physical health is deteriorating so fast that top Republicans are saying the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked immediately. And as Donald Trump's disastrous war in Iran continues to escalate and get more deadly and more dangerous for the United States and the world, we're seeing a lot of prominent Republicans calling for the invocation of the 25th Amendment. You don't really get much more Republican than the American Conservative magazine founded by Scott McConnell. So Scott McConnell put out the following statement yesterday representing the American Conservative magazine. He's saying, my advice to JD Vance, Vice President Vance, is as follows. Announce your support of a 25th Amendment transition. Say Chris Murphy or someone similar will be your vice president. Announce you will not be a candidate in 2028. Use your position, access to the media to explain why this is necessary. Don't resign. Invoke the 25th. And then Scott McConnell, again, the co-founder of the American Conservative magazine, also reposts the following. So let me get this straight. Bad Israeli intelligence from the Mossad was used to, quote, convince Donald Trump to invade Iran, also without letting any of our other allies know. Why was the U.S. president relying on a foreign country's bad intelligence? McConnell writes. So Netanyahu fed Trump BS intelligence. Trump, ignoring his own intelligence agencies, lapped it up. And now, because things didn't work out like the BS intelligence claim, wants to commit a genocide in our name. Okay. Now, Donald Trump has been making deranged post after deranged post on social media this weekend. He posted this bizarre photo of himself in either the late 80s or the 1990s. He writes, in the early days of Mar-a-Lago, and he's posting just weird images like this. And again, this was around the time he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. I also want you to watch this for a moment. This was Donald Trump struggling to get down the steps as he was flying to Mar-a-Lago for this weekend, where he was once again golfing and vacationing on the taxpayer dime. Just watch the struggle right here. Each step by step by step, Donald Trump is obviously afraid of stairs. And you can see right there, as I mentioned, not just his cognitive health deteriorating, but his mental health deteriorating as well. Now, Laura Loomer, one of Donald Trump's biggest sycophantic supporters, she now called out Scott McConnell for saying the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. She writes, Scott McConnell, the co-founder of the American Conservative magazine, now wants JD Vance to voice his support using the 25th Amendment on Donald Trump and not resigning. She goes on to say that Tucker Carlson is friendly with this guy, Scott McConnell, and that's why it is being that's why this is being spread. Does JD Vance condemn Tucker colleagues' call for using the 25th Amendment on Donald Trump so that he can be a president? And she says that essentially the American Conservative magazine is now calling for a coup against Donald Trump via invoking the 25th Amendment. Now, again, yesterday, Donald Trump, as I said, physically, mentally declining. He's in Florida. He's at his country clubs. He starts calling Israeli media. He also calls News Nation. But he recalls Israel's Channel 13, and he's asked by Israel's Channel 13, so now that your ultimatum against Iran that they need to get out of the Strait of Hormuz in 48 hours has been rejected, what are you going to do, Donald? Can you give us a coherent thought or a coherent plan? Donald Trump, remember, mind you, Trump initiates this call. He goes, you'll find out soon what's going to happen. You're going to find out soon. It's going to be very good. Total decimation of Iran. It's going to work out very good. Then, in a separate interview with Hannah Brandt, a reporter from News Nation. She says, so what's your response to the fact that your ultimatum was instantly rejected? And Donald Trump goes, okay, let's see whether or not he, the foreign minister of Iran, is right. The question that was asked, I asked Trump what he thinks of Iran's foreign minister, saying they won't be swayed by threats after Trump made this threat to strike Iran's energy infrastructure. And Trump goes, okay, let's see whether or not he's right. What do you mean whether or not he's right? That's not even responsive to the question. And also referring to blowing up the energy infrastructure of Iran, which would be a war crime because you're targeting intentionally civilians. You're saying it will be good, total decimation of Iran. And folks, this demented, dangerous war criminal behavior, though, it's also counterproductive and puts our troops in additional harm's way, right? Rather than even trying to even pretend to take a moral high ground, Donald Trump is out there bragging about war crimes. Remember what he said, a week and a half ago? He said it would be fun. He said it is fun to kill Iranians. He goes, it would be fun. The way he described shooting the Iranian naval ship, he was like, my generals told me it was fun to blow it up rather than give them any quarters. It will be fun to bomb Iran to oblivion. And he makes no distinction between the regime in Iran and the Iranian people. And he refers to all the Iranian people as menacing people and as nasty, all of them. And no wonder the Iranian people out there are not supportive of Donald Trump and Netanyahu for that and a number of other reasons, obviously. But Trump has turned everybody who may have been supportive of the U.S. against him and against the U.S., and it's just putting everybody in harm's way.
This episode of the MeidasTouch podcast is brought to you by Blue Land. Hey, lately I've been thinking more about plastic, not just the stuff we throw away, but the tiny particles we don't even see. They're in our cleaning products too, and that made me really rethink what I'm using every day at home. That's why I made the switch to Blue Land. They're on a mission to make it easy for everyone to make more sustainable choices without sacrificing performance. Their cleaning products are designed to work just as well as the big brands, but with formulas free from dyes, parabens, and harsh chemicals. I've personally been using their dishwasher tablets, and I love them. They're proven to perform on baked on, burnt on stains, and you don't even need a rinse aid, which makes things so much easier. Blue Land has options for pretty much everything. Cleaning sprays, toilet tablets, dishwasher tablets, and everything comes in thoughtfully designed packaging using materials intended to return safely to the earth. And I'm not alone. Blue Land is trusted in over 1 million homes, including mine. Blue Land is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA Safer Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate. Blue Land has a special offer for our listeners right now. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/Meidas. You won't want to miss this. blueland.com/Meidas for 15% off. That's blueland.com/Meidas to get 15% off. MEIDAS.
I reported this earlier today, but let me mention it again. U.S. troops that are being sent to Iran are increasingly uneasy. They're citing stress, safety concerns, unclear goals. Some top officials are saying an invasion of Karg Island and Iran that Donald Trump is planning would be an absolute disaster. Others are saying we don't want to die for Israel. We don't want to be political pawns. And to be clear, it's political pawns of a demented individual who is putting forward incoherent thoughts. I mean, just think of this past weekend. Within hours, it was like, we're going to do peace. We're going to do war. We're going to invade. We're going to do peace. We're going to invade. We're going to do war. I'm going to put ice in the airports. We're going to do peace. We're going to do war. We're going to blow them to oblivion. It's going to be fun. Look at this statue of mine. I mean, look what he posts here. Third term for Trump as a reward for a stolen election. Third term for Trump as a reward for a stolen election. What the hell are you talking about? That was a post he made, or this. Of modern day American democracy, Trump is forever remembered as the GOAT. he posts a weird image, these QAnon accounts he reposts. Then he goes, now, with the death of, that's what he posted yesterday. Now, with the death of Iran, the greatest enemy America has is the radical left, highly incompetent Democrat Party. Thank you for your attention to this matter. DJT. So now he's saying what? He wants death on the Democratic Party. And also he acts like Iran is dead when Iran has, if anything, further entrenched its leadership structure right now. And then there are all of his posts. If Iran doesn't fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz in 48 hours from this exact point in time, the U.S. will hit and obliterate their power plants, starting with the biggest one first. As Elliot Higgins says, the U.S. president casually announcing his intention to commit war crimes on social media. That's where you are, America. Also over the weekend, Donald Trump was partying with the Proud Boys. Stand back, stand by, and let's party on Saturday. The Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio and others were there at Mar-a-Lago partying it up with Donald Trump. Just think about that. The Proud Boys, seditious conspiracy Proud Boys at Mar-a-Lago while Donald Trump is posting the following. Gavin Newsom admitted he suffers mental incapacity, is unable to read a speech, and is dumb. But in saying the dumb comment became, in the eyes of African Americans, a total racist, which is probably true. Gavin admits that he's low IQ, which is typically not good for winning the presidency. Or you want to see where Donald Trump's mushed mind is at? He posts this yesterday. Right? So March 22nd, he posts, please do not retweet Nancy Pelosi admitting full responsibility for not calling the National Guard on January 6th, 5 years ago today. Would be a shame if this went viral. 5 years ago today? What do you, in March of 2021? What the hell are you think that's January 6th? And why are you posting about Nancy Pelosi and all of these really weird images and photos of yourself in front of Mar-a-Lago when you were best friends with Epstein? I mean, for real, what the hell is going on right now? And then before Donald Trump left to go to Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump was asked about the high gas prices right now. And he's like, I expected it was going to be much worse. Here, play this clip.
We're not giving a nuclear weapon to terrorist thugs, and we're knocking the hell out of them. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their leaders are gone, their anti-aircraft is gone, everything's gone. And no, I expected worse. I really thought that oil prices would go much higher when I did this. We just set every record in the book. With Dow, with the S&P, Dow hit 50,000, S&P hit 8,000, 7,000 at levels, at speed like nobody's ever seen before. But I said I have to go off of that path and I have to take a little journey. We have to get these, and he would agree, but he's not going to say it. This is not St. Patrick's Day, by the way. What are you doing with that guy? But we had to go off on a circuitous path and take care of business, and we are in the process of doing it. And I'll tell you, I think we're weeks ahead of schedule. My Secretary of State is very happy. Do you have a question for Marco? Yes.
On the Strait of Hormuz, Donald Trump says it will open up itself. Let's play this clip.
And others could help us, but, we don't use it. At a certain point, it'll open itself. At a certain point.
Donald Trump is asked if he has any plans. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Here, play this clip.
Well, I may have a plan or I may not, but how would I ever say that to a reporter? If I said...
And then Donald Trump is asked, what do you mean you won the war? Like, you think you won this war right now? What are you talking about? And Donald Trump's like, I won. It's mine. I won it. What are you talking? What war? If you won it, then why are we sending Marine Expeditionary Units there? Why? What are you even talking about? Here, play this clip.
We're making a lot of progress.
Did you say that the war was militarily won in Iran? What did you mean by that? He said the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I think we've won. We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft. We've knocked out everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint, all they're doing is clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
So how much longer?
As George Galloway writes, leader of the Workers' Party in the UK. Our UK viewers will know who George Galloway is. A lot of our international viewers will know as well. George Galloway writes, Trump is in the middle of a nervous breakdown. Vance knows it. The military knows it. The cabinet knows it. The media knows it. The public knows it. Remove him, you fools. We'll leave you with that. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe right now. You may think you're subscribed, but you may not actually be subscribed. Help us get to 7 million subscribers. We appreciate you so much.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.